out to where you're paying quite a bit less per month to be able to afford the trip. So
Right.
those are the options, and those are all thanks to TrovaTrip. They handle all of that for us. So they've partnered with a firm, plus they have their own payment option within their internal system. I mean, working with them has been great. So uh, that's all in their ballpark. So we may not have too many answers for you directly on that if you have more questions about that. But our trip coordinator has promised that any question we can't answer, she's happy, or to go ahead and contact Trova support directly and they'll help you out.
Yeah, I was surprised at the price point, because considering it's 7 days, including hotels,
Yes.
travel once you're there, all these incredible little like day trips.
The
Mhm.
private tour guide even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I was joking, last weekend, but like once we get there, we're basically just kindergartners and people are responsible for us, which is how I like
Incredible.
to travel. So
A
the
dream
price,
come true.
yeah. And what's really cool, like I said last time, is you'll have time to yourselves too. So it's not like
Mhm.
we're all going to be with each other 24/7. You'll have time to go do your own excursions. So if you've always wanted to go to Chile or Argentina, like there will be time in there for you to do the things you wanted to do that are separate from our itinerary.
Yeah, we have a full day in Mendoza that's open. We basically have breakfast and dinner together. In the middle of the day, you can do whatever you want. You can book a separate excursion, like through Viator or whatever company. You can do your own thing. But unlike Josh, I don't want to be alone for like any part of this trip. So invite me if you're doing something cool, because I
Yeah.
will probably go.
Well, I mean, I will find another winery on that Mendoza Bay. We're going to be there. I'm going to
We will
enjoy
spend
that.
time at wineries. That's the point.
Yes.
We were very excited for that part. Um, yeah, I think it's going to be really exciting to be able just to spend some quality time together in a
Mhm.
way that you really don't get otherwise. Like, when do we ever take a trip like this? Hopefully, we'll be taking more in the future. But this is just such a great, I think, opportunity for those, even creators who
Mhm.
were, like I mentioned last live that we did. Um, that's a great great comment, Corey. I'll leave that to Josh. I think not beyond our scope of um, support. So we got a question asking if we're going to be donating any of the money we make from hosting the trip to a charity that's true crime related.
Yeah, I'm going to be super transparent if that's okay.
Hmm.
Because there's three of us, the money that we make will not even cover our airfare.
Correct.
So this this is truly
Bless it.
just about the experience for
Mhm.
us. We will be losing money on this trip.
That's kinda what I meant when I was like, "We've made some choices to make cutbacks to make the trip more affordable for other people." That's why we're pricing ours lower, is because we
Hmm.
are not going to be making much money on it. I mean, obviously, it depends on how many people come, but if we make the absolute maximum, we'd cover probably 80% of our airfare, and that's
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah.
we're not we made different decisions than maybe the average person
Yeah.
would. 'Cau
I was
It's not
like,
a
yeah.
money grab. We just talked about what an amazing experience this would
Mhm.
be. And from there, it was like, how can we make it as affordable as possible so people can enjoy it? And again, like I never even came into this thinking we would make any money. And then I
Right.
saw that like there was an option to. For me, it was like I would rather just like pass that on to you guys, the travelers, and make it more affordable for you. So
And
True.
it was kind of funny in our meeting with our coordinator. Of course, she's trying to sell us to do a trip. So she's
Yeah.
talking about how much we can make. And I finally said, "You know what? That's actually not a concern of ours." And she goes, "You know what? You said it, not me. So, well, okay, we can move
Yes.
forward with that." So, yeah, we were transparent with her that that's not what we're in this for. Though I honestly, if other creators are thinking about doing a trip like this is an incredible opportunity to get to travel, and it may make you some money. And so,
Yeah.
if that's what you're looking for, you can do it that way. But Trova's been fantastic in letting us kind of do it our way.
Yeah.
yeah.
So definitely
Um,
not a cash grab for sure, because I think we could have added and done a lot more to hit that mark. But I don't think it's beyond any of us. I mean, we're all very charitable in our own respects with our own
Mhm.
shows. So I don't think that that's beyond our scope. I'm happy to, wherever it goes, happy to donate it. But yeah, not something that I even thought about from a income perspective, because I
Yeah.
didn't even associate it honestly with any type of money.
Yeah.
So,
Any other questions? Oh, so Bryce Sapp asks, if this is a success, would you plan a domestic US trip? And I am already working on that, destination TBA. But yes, if this happens and it gets booked, there will be more trips to follow. And yeah, we're looking at one potentially in July in the United States.
awesome.
Destination TBA.
Yeah. And that is a Josh trip.
Yes.
Lainey and I might pay to go on it, but we're
might.
this opportunity is also letting us try this out for those of us who may want to do it in the future for other opportunities. We get to try it out while, doing it together. So it's not, it felt a little overwhelming to do something like this by ourselves, but once we do one, I think we'll be good.
Yeah.
For sure.
Any other questions? I'm looking at Instagram and YouTube. I think
Me too.
Okay.
I'm looking at nothing. So you just read me the questions.
Like, ask away. And also, too, part of the great thing about this itinerary is it's completely voluntary in terms of how much or how little you do yourself. So if you're like, yeah, I want to go and explore something else or do something else, and the group goes and does another thing, do it. I think it's a great opportunity to capitalize on being able to travel to these locations with a group of people. But then also getting to do things on your own. I know, Josh, you said last stream that you were going to be hopping over to another country right after this trip is over, which jealous. I'm not, but I think it's great and incredible. And I think other people should do that too. If they have the ability to do that, then, capitalize on already being in South America.
And someone had asked, if they're not into wine, this an okay trip to come on? Absolutely. Like, we are going to the wine regions of South America, and we will be going to wineries, but this is by no means a exclusively a wine tasting trip.
Yeah.
And you could skip out on those wine tasting events, or go I have friends who don't drink who go wine tasting with me in Napa all the time, because the wineries are beautiful. There's incredible food. So we're not going to tie you down and force Malbec down your throat. So there will be options, non-alcoholic options, non-wine options, or you can just sit those specific itinerary items out and go do your own thing.
Yeah, this is a 7-day trip, and there's 2 winery visits, and they're not the only thing you do that day. One is literally we're stopping there on our way somewhere else at lunchtime to do the tour. So it's kind of a stopover point. It's, we're focusing on it because it's the draw for us to go there to really experience, especially if we're going to be in Mendoza during the Grape Harvest Festival season. What an incredible experience, even if you're not interested in the wine, but in the culture of the region is really tied with the vineyards, and you can't separate them. But it's not like every day is just another winery. There's 2 visits, and someone had asked in Josh's group about non-alcoholic drinks. And I said, well, Josh is a giver, so he will drink all of your wine samples for you so that you can be free of them. He will help out in that regard. And then there's so much more to do.
Yeah.
And then someone asked, is it first come, first serve if there are more than 20 people? Yes, it is first come, first served. There is a wait list. So if someone backs out or, something happens, you can wait for a spot. But yeah, there are exactly and only 20 tickets, and they are sold on a first come, first served basis. But I know, through the financing, a sale per se is just putting down a deposit. So it's not that you come with the full 35 or 3,700 tomorrow morning. You just put down a deposit and claim your spot.
True.
Any other questions?
I didn't see any more on Insta on my end.
And if anyone thinks of any, I did watch a very informative YouTube video today about how to do a Q&A on Instagram, where, you put it in your story and then people can ask questions, you can answer it. YouTube teaches me how to not be old all the time, so I'm very thankful for it. So we will just run a Q&A in our Instagram story, so you can just click on that and I assume type in a question. I don't know how it works. I just looked on what buttons to push. So we're going to do that. And then hopefully I'll figure out how to answer them. And then we will at least be able to cover the things people that may pop up into your heads, like what to expect on the trip or anything. I hope between the two lives and what we've put out on social media and then what's going to come out. I mean, I know I'll have it announced in my show. Oh, that just already went out. So if you listen to my show, you've already heard it. What like I think we've kind of covered most of it, but if, we don't know what we don't know, so there might be a question in there.
Yeah,
True,
and
true.
like I said last week, we understand this is a big commitment financially,
Mhm.
life-wise, time-wise. So any questions, even if it feels stupid or insignificant, ask it because like we want you to feel confident in coming on this trip.
Right.
And like I'll admit, like the idea scared me a little at first too.
You should have seen his face,
Yeah.
to
um,
be honest.
but the more I talk to them, the more I realize like what an awesome opportunity it is, and
Mhm.
you will get alone time, and you will get to do your own things. And so just think of it as like a college trip where you get to hang out with a group of people with a shared interest, but you also get plenty of time to like do your own thing if you want to.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Excellent. Let me just go back. Yeah, nothing else.
All right. Well, again, do not hesitate to send us questions either via
Mhm.
Instagram or email or in the Facebook groups, because we want to make this as easy and informative as possible for you.
Yeah.
Um,
I
and
actually remembered I have someone on Patreon who it's an area she's always wanted to go to. She would be traveling from Scandinavia. So if there's anyone else traveling solo or even with somebody from Scandinavia and you want to like buddy up for the very long travel trip to Chile, reach out to me and I can put you in touch with her just in case she decides to go. I mean, it is a long travel day. So, and you're interested in that if you're coming from that side of the world.
yeah, and we'll do everything we can to like facilitate community before the trip even begins. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I
Oh
want everyone
yeah.
to like feel comfortable with each other and like get excited about this because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
I
Not even just like the trip, but
Yeah.
like having all these people who are into true crime drinking
Mhm.
wine and traveling the countryside together. I like it's so fucking awesome.
I
I
know.
know. I really fostering community, that's one of the benefits of doing this is getting to know people and getting to know each other, not just you getting to know us, but also getting to know other listeners who share your interest. How many times do we go to meetups and people don't have anyone they can talk to at home
Right.
about these cases, so they want to talk to us at the meetups? This is like the opportunity to find those people. And I know one thing our travel coordinator had mentioned was that there are people who go on trips like these all the time solo because they like how they make friends and connections. And I had never thought about doing that because I don't do anything by myself, but I thought that was pretty incredible.
And
Yep.
even as like a very shy introvert, I there are people I've met at true crime bullshit meetups who I talk to
Mhm.
every single week now.
Yeah.
It is a really cool place or environment to make new friends. So I think that's going to be really fun too.
Yeah, I think so. I think people are not going to really be prepared for the type of community that they're going to come out of this trip with.
Mhm.
I think it'll
It's
exceed their
exciting.
expectations, which is also what I'm excited about. I love building communities, as you know, so it's always exciting to see people walk
Mhm.
away with something tangible like a friendship, or if they don't have like in real life friends that they can see every day, but you can communicate like I do via text with everybody. I think it's
Mhm.
really really amazing to kind of walk away from. And so I'm excited for whoever's coming to meet
Mhm.
them and get to know them, and talk about things we're all really passionate about and interested in.
Yeah, and I was saying in the last video, I'm a big foodie, and for the
Mhm.
nights we don't have dinner scheduled, like I want to find the best restaurants in these cities, and I want you guys to join. So, we're not relegated to the itinerary. Like there are other things we can do together. We've scheduled a few informal activities, so I think it really is kind of like not a free for all, a buffet of
Mhm.
options in terms of what you can do while you're out there and
Agreed.
how much people time you can handle or want to.
That was a
Right.
huge draw of this itinerary, is there are things to do and see, but even some of the things like, one day we get to go into, Santiago and go, looking at the shops and just take the tours and do all of that, but it's still very open. It's like we're going to bring you to the area that you get to explore, which is really just, to me, the way to do it.
Yeah, so I think that's it. I just want to remind
Yeah.
everyone, a week in Chile and Argentina. We're going to go to Santiago, Valparaiso, Mendoza. We have 2 wine tasting treks. I think 5 or 6 breakfasts,
Mhm.
2 dinners, a cocktail hour, 3 true crime sessions scheduled, and then plenty of alone time. And yeah, tickets go on sale tomorrow. The first 10 get a $200 discount. There are only 20 tickets available. We have already sold 5, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
you want to act relatively fast again, which is why we were doing this Q&A. And if you are anxious about that, tickets are on sale already if you are a member of any of our Patreons. So
Great.
Yes.
if you're anxious about not getting in early enough, or you're on the West Coast and are worried all of us greedy East Coasters are going to beat you to the punch, that's an option for you.
Yeah, do we have a time they're going live? Because I don't even think I know that.
I think they're going live at 9 a.m. Eastern, but no,
Okay.
they are not. They're going live at 4 a.m. Eastern. So
Oh
Oh,
my
wow.
so they're going live in the middle of the night for, some of us.
Wake
yes.
up, right.
All right.
Well, I think that's it. Thank you.
Nice.
Yes.
Links to get those tickets will be posted. I mean, I'm going to time set mine to post. I'm not waking up at 4 a.m. to post them. But the links will be live when the tickets go live at
Yes.
allegedly 4 a.m. Eastern.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll have to do the math to figure out what time mine need. Yeah.
3. 3.
Thank you, Lainey.
Or minus
You're
1.
welcome. Yeah, just 1. Just
Just
1.
one. Just one away.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone.
I'm so excited to do
Me
this. For you.
too.
This is gonna be so fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.